What's good? It's Chigozi. It's Saturday, February 23rd, 2019. And we're just going to quickly look at the propaganda on 223, see what the Freemasons are up to this year. Already see a nice 223 flavored event because we get just more international propaganda. Venezuela's Maduro breaks relations with Colombia and standoff over aid. So Venezuela's breaking their relations over with another country. That's pretty big. So a giant false flag inside Freemasonic propaganda on 223 every single year is this. So if it's not something like some shooting or some car ramming or some other thing where people die, it's then some sort of diplomatic, just major event. It's always something that you're like, damn, this is history. This is something you'll see in the history books. So that's pretty much the thing. If you can make it a chapter or a sub-chapter in a history book, that is the type of propaganda that comes out on February 23rd, March 22nd. Every single year, it never fails. Because it's all from the Synagogue of Satan, 223, the false Jews from Revelation. Also, Masonic equals 223. And don't forget that the Synagogue of Satan equals 7997. These are two numbers that code all the time. 79 to 22nd prime, 97 to 25th prime. The 2992, like false. They're the false Jews. And I think why is false sum to 92, 29 when you reduce? And then they flip it around. It's so perfect. The false Jews from Revelation 3:9, Federal 39, and Masonic 223. Revelation 121, the Synagogue of Satan 121, 1201, which is just 121, and the Jewish cipher. So Venezuela, Maduro, we'll see how many days from his birthday this is. Venezuela equals 39. We're just talking about Revelation 3:9. Zionist Jews going off the 39 books of the Old Testament. Masonry 39. Venezuela equals 666 as well. Just seeing today's date numerology. 311. The beast equals 311. And the Jewish cipher that we just had up. So this is a beast ritual for sure. We've been pointing this out a bunch of times. LeBron James loved participating in this type of propaganda. The beast 311, the 64th prime. 666 is the number of the beast as told in Revelation. So that's why we get Venezuela inside this propaganda today with 311 days remaining. Venezuela equals 666 in the very popular English Sumerian cipher. We multiply the alphabetical order by 6. Colombia equals, I like how it's actually 42 in the Sumerian. 3447. Interesting how Columbus equals 3447. That's what I'm saying. They do this on purpose. They give you these patterns on purpose. They name these things on purpose to retain some of these. Maduro breaks relations with Colombia and standoff over aid. So why Maduro? I'm sure it's probably synced up with the date. I don't know. Not at least not his last name. But we get these sun numbers, 7227, 9, 36. Sun equals 54. Perfect. It actually is really, it actually does go with the date. I'm not even kidding. It goes with the date. It's the 54th day of the year. Sun equals 54. 927. And in the ALW Kabbalah cipher, a very Saturnian cipher, 36. These are all multiples of 9. And you see how Maduro now, on a Saturday, is in this propaganda. Lima 64 equals 64 in the Lima. or in ALW today with 311 days remaining, 64th prime, over 8. And I love it when they tell you what it's over. Over 8. So 8 is going to be coded by this pattern. That this pattern will probably flesh itself out more as we go through, but I can already tell you, 67 to 19th prime. So that's why in 2019, the order out of chaos year, chaos 19, they give you this propaganda about 8. Ending their relations. They're breaking the relations, they're ending it. 8 equals 14, the end number. End 14, dead 14, 22, like 8. So we'll look at Maduro, because I like to get all this out before we click the propaganda, because it's always fun when we look inside the piece of propaganda, it's going to be coded by the same exact pattern that we're finding out here. Maduro. Just look where it says Venezuela, an actor. See, Venezuelan actor. I mean, how is he possibly a Venezuelan dictator? How can he be a dictator, but you're taking orders from the Zionist Jew, Freemasons, the Judicial Order? It makes absolutely no sense. So do you see how just from understanding this propaganda, you can see the truth right away? That's why I teach this. This is why I teach you how to decipher CNN fake news propaganda, because it's so coded. Once you can decode this, you can see how everything in your world is rigged and scripted by this numerical Masonic system, this Zionist Jew banking cartel that this actor is just an employee for. And then you can just see the truth. They're calling him a dictator, but he's not. He's an actor for a Masonic dictatorship. Born in 62, Mason 62. November 23rd he was born. They were 25 numerology. Again, he's an actor for who? He's an actor for the country of Venezuela. Oh, but I was looking at Colombia with the 25 connection. Or was it looking? It was a 97. What was the 97 number? The 97 we saw earlier. The 25th prime. Well, excuse me for that. I don't mean to confuse you. But we'll redo this. Venezuela with the 39, 66, 42 numbers. Here he's born date with 34 like Colombia, 96 like Freemason, 25. '88, 115 numerology. I'm just trying to see where he fits in the pattern with his birth numerology. These are all significant. I know you see these too, Masonic numbers, but it's about how they're applying it till today. So I guess we'll just keep looking. So he's born November 23rd, 1962. So we'll do his past birthday, because I like to do it when it's like, when it's closer. I do it from both, because they do it from both. But I like to start with, stuff like this. It's just stuff like this. 13 weeks and 1 day. There's also 132 earlier. Venezuela 132. You see what I'm saying? I said, let's just keep digging. They're going to sync him up with Venezuela. Are you seeing this? 13 weeks and 2 days from his birthday. Look, I think, keep this in mind this whole time. We're talking about a dictator who does not practice or understand numerology and gematria per the narrative. Because this guy could always be some Zionist Jew Freemason, very skilled at gematria for all we know. But, I'm guessing he does not. He doesn't know all this numerology. He can't predict sports games, and he can't tell you when Tesla's going to reverse because he doesn't understand that stuff. He's just an actor. So if he's a dictator doing everything that he says, but he's participating in things and propaganda by a Jewish practice of numerology, gematria, Kabbalah, and he does not practice Kabbalah, then that means one thing. He's not a dictator. He's an actor for the federal government. And you can see it right here. 13 weeks and 2 days from his birthday. From his 56th birthday, President 56. Society of Jesus 56, the Jesuit order. 13 weeks and 2 days from his birthday. Venezuela equals 132. Do you see how this is working? They sync it up with the birth numerology and or the span of days from the birthday and the event. And, I didn't even talk about this. I was going to talk about this. 93 days. Span of 93 days, Saturn 93 and a Saturday in the Saturnian ritual. Venezuela 3942, Saturn 9342. 3 months, 1 day, Cube 31. It's also exactly 92 days. 92 going back to the Synagogue of Satan. And today is 2/23. So just what we began with. And it's funny. That's what the 97 was from. The Synagogue of Satan equals 79, 97, 29, 92. So 92 days from his birthday on 2/23. He's born a date with 25 numerology, 97 to 25th prime. Participating in propaganda. Also on the 23rd, the 9th prime. He was born. Today's the 23rd. Jewish 88, the false Jews. This is a Synagogue of Satan ritual, no doubt. These are the false Jews. This is their propaganda. So look, we haven't even clicked on the piece of propaganda yet. Now we can. But before we actually look at that, let's do from his upcoming birthday. I really am going to wrap this video up soon because I got something I got to do before it gets dark. So I really can't afford to keep making a video. And that's why I'm just quickly going. Look at this. That's why I'm quickly going through this instead of something that I had pre-planned. 39 weeks. 39 weeks from his upcoming birthday. His upcoming 57th birthday. Also 9 months. It's another 9. And again, 9 months exactly. He's born on the 23rd. Today's the 23rd. 23 is the 9th prime. We just had 9. Maduro is the 9. Maduro, 90, which is just 9. All reduces to 9. 72, Sun, 9, ritual. And then we get 39 weeks. Saturn 93, 93 days from his birthday, or also 39 weeks from his upcoming birthday. 93 days from the past one. It's on a Saturday. We're talking about Venezuelan propaganda. Venezuela equals 39. So you see how it's 13 weeks and 2 days from his past birthday and 39 weeks from his upcoming birthday? Using these base ciphers, alphabetical order, the rules of numerology, and then you can reverse alphabetical order where A is 26, Z is 1, and apply numerology to each digit. So, V is the 22nd letter using the alphabetical order. 2 plus 2 is 4. Do it all together, add them all, 39. You see how simple this is. You see how we get these two numbers, 132 and 39, from the birthday, the past birthday, and the upcoming. And again, they do it from both, as we've just seen here. And on top of it all, my favorite part, Wikipedia, the Zionist Jews, I'm sure this propaganda from CNN is going to call him a dictator. He's not even a president. He's a dictator. But he's clearly not doing this. He clearly didn't say, 39 weeks from my birthday and 13-2. Let me call CNN up. That's me. He had to call up CNN. He had to let them know. You know what I'm saying? They had to all be in this together. He had to let them know to talk about him today. How did he coordinate this with everyone? You get it now. Occam's razor always points to one thing. These are all actors for the Zionist Jew one world order. The fact that Manafort's in this Masonic 223 today also, not a surprise. I definitely would expect to see someone like him today. 39 weeks. I'm just blown away. Nicolas Maduro Moros. Just another actor for the Zionist Jews. The 46th president of Venezuela. He served as... So he's now he's a dictator. So they had a president, and then he consolidated enough power to become a dictator. And look, you get a picture of Hitler. This is part of the propaganda. I'm sure this guy's synced up with Hitler. Adolf Hitler equals 56. This guy's 56 years old right now. I don't know what dictator sums to. Dictator equals 90, 36, 54. Like Maduro, 90, 36 on the 54th day of the year. You see this? That's why we have the dictator coming out by the numbers inside this propaganda. Something specific. Dictators aren't... Well, yes, technically the dictators are in the propaganda every single day because they're actors. But you know what I mean? They don't give you their fake dictators every single day. But we get this fraud coming out on the 54th day of the year. This is such a good video. We've just been cruising through this propaganda. Still haven't even read the first paragraph yet. Look at what we found. Even that's updated at 416, 1 plus 6 is 7. Give me that 47. 3 minute, 23 second video. Another 23. Lucifer equals 323. Right now. 203 seconds, which is just 23. Revelation equals 1010. Again, this is a revelation ritual. So we get this explosion. Fire. See this 35 right here? The Lehman 35, Catholic 35. Revelation 1010 in the Jewish cipher at 1010. Revelation, the 27th book of the New Testament. You're probably wondering, like, how is this all coming out? How am I just talking this out real quick and stuff? It's because this is the Zionist Jews. This is their propaganda. It's how it all is. I mean, look at this. That's what I'm talking about. Urena, Venezuela, 11:10 a.m. What did we have earlier? Let's see if we can get this again. Venezuela 111. So Venezuela equals 111. We click on the propaganda, we get 11:10. Earlier, we're doing from the birthdays. From his upcoming birthday, this is 39 weeks. From his past birthday, 13 weeks and 2 days. See? So now we have 3 numbers for Venezuela all inside this propaganda. Caracas, Venezuela. Caracas, Venezuela is run by the Freemasons. This is Caracasan propaganda from them. Caracas, perfect place. 19 in 2019. 46, probably the 46th president of Venezuela. Also notice some Patriots numbers on this. 53, 46. Could just all be intertwined because they like to sync all their propaganda together. And even some see 179, the 41st prime. Tom Brady, Mr. Super Bowl, Mr. 41 years old, Super Bowl equals 41. The 13th prime, going back to New England. This is also, should be a span of 21 days from the Super Bowl, Saturn 21. Caracas, Venezuela, 58 like Freemasonry, 157, the 37 prime. And they with a life lesson number 37. See, they with a life lesson number 37. The 37 prime, and where they're reporting from, also equals 67, the 19th prime, Chaos 19, 2019. Unbelievable. The Venezuelan National Guard fired tear gas and rubber bullets at protesters Saturday near the Colombian border while the opposition began to usher aid into the troubled country in defiance of Maduro. So do you see how the people were like, we don't like this dictatorship, we're fighting back. And then the police, the Zionist Jew minions, the National Guard, they're here shooting people with tear gas and rubber bullets. This is a police state. They're mocking with this agenda. This happens in America too. Because when I was at UD, when we got to the, Sweet 16, and we won, like, and got that far, it wasn't a riot, everyone was just having a good time on the streets, in the neighborhoods. They brought the police over with their tear gas, all this equipment. One of my friends, who's one of the whitest people you ever know, he got arrested just because he was trying to ask the cop a question. He was just curious what was going on, and they arrested him. And he got charged and everything. So I'm saying, they don't discriminate, guys. Well, they do, but at the end of the day, they don't. These are tyrants. I mean, you wonder why I hate the police so much. Guys, I see all sorts of bullshit from them. To all sorts of people. Every single day. So here, 354, Dictator 54, 54th day of the year, Sun 54. Just some Brazilian propaganda, it looks like. Probably the aid they're talking about. Humanitarian aid. Thanks, Brazil. So Brazil's sending in some aid. And who's doing it? Guys, Brazil are the Freemasons. I mean, look at their logo, or their flag. It's Saturn, one-sided diamond. What else you need to see? Brazil, owned and operated by the Freemasons. They didn't speak Portuguese there forever. The Portuguese Freemasons came over, colonized it like they do everywhere else. Donald Trump is an actor for the Portuguese Freemasons because it's the same one world order. It's intriguing right there. So there's more blue and orange stuff. The 104 Jerusalem, American number, as in the date numerology is founded. 2 dead. I gotta give you this type of stuff. I don't know why this guy looks like a cross between Seth Curry and Barack Obama. I'm not saying they're saying anything about them, but that's just my personal observation. And who knows? Maybe they're subconsciously saying something. More red and blue pills of Freemasonry right there. And more blue and orange. It's the same color coding. Every single piece of propaganda. Here we have Richard Branson. This guy's an actor for the Freemasons. He comes out and participates in bullshit for the Synagogue of Satan. Again, false. The Synagogue of Satan equals 29, 92. R is the 18th letter. 1 plus 8 is 9. B is the second letter, 2. 92 for this Synagogue of Satan ritual. Hope's concert will persuade Venezuelan military to open border. They're talking about borders, Venezuela, Trump. It's all the same. 612. I know 1 plus 2 is 3, giving us 63, but I'm not too sure exactly about this 612 right here with the 12. See, this is the problem. This is why we're 21 minutes in. I don't care, though. This has been such a good piece. Richard Branson. Hope's with that 44 gematria. Richard Branson, 72, like Maduro. 144. When you're out 44, you got 144. This is coming out yesterday. Ritual 81. Maduro equals 90 as well. See? It's about Maduro. He's coming out about that, and that's why he's selected. So what does that tell you? These Zionist Jews told this actor to come out and act in this piece of propaganda. I keep forgetting this guy is one of their British puppets. I don't know why I keep thinking he's American. But it doesn't matter. An actor for the Zionist Jew One World Order, it does not matter where he's from. Probably a little cooler he is British. Another one of the American actors I'm so sick of. The one you probably know the most, Donald Trump. Piece of shit. Jesuit actor. So we'll quickly do from his birthday till the 22nd. To see if we get the same pattern. It was the Virgin group. Guys, the Virgin groups, the Virgin Mary, you get it? The Catholic Church. The Catholic Church runs Virgin, not him. The Zionist Jews run Virgin, not him. He's born 18/7. A very special number 2 Kabbalah, number of chapters in the Torah, very special number 2 Freemasonry as well. So we'll do, his upcoming birthday is July 18th and the 22nd. Order at Chaos 222, of course, he's coming out that day. Span of 147 days from Mason 147. Span of 21 weeks. Jesus Christ also equals 146. Freemason 147. Saturn 21. I don't know what Virgin sums to. Oh, 8338. It's interesting how it sums to that. Like destroy, like murder. It has murder numbers, like murder and Virgin. Some of the same thing. Interesting. And then we'll just do his past birthday. 220 days. Come out the 22nd. Here's the 65th prime. 313, the 65th prime. Also, it means it's 7 months and 4 days. 74. Masonic 74, Jewish 74, killing 74. He's doing things by 74. That's all you gotta see. This is a British actor. All about this 74. London, 74. England equals, it's not 74, but it's the 33. It's just these Masonic numbers. Scottish Rite, 57. England, 132. Like Venezuela. See? Like United States of America. (132), like Catholic Church, because that's who's running it all. whose propaganda this is. So I think we're gonna have to cut it off here, but you know, the good thing about it being Saturday means there's should be more time for more videos today. You know, Saturday is the deadline for the 8 across the board. So this is the premise for the next day's propaganda, which we're looking at today. Again, this is 21 from his birthday, Richard Branson, Saturn 21. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I know I enjoyed making it. I mean, that example with the Venezuelan dictator, I just love that example so much. From both of his birthdays, we get the numbers from Venezuela, and then they're calling him a dictator. This is why I can go around and say these aren't dictators, they're actors for the federal government. How are they not? How? Just think about it. He's a Venezuelan dictator. They're telling you he was a president, but he consolidated enough power to become the country's de facto dictator, and that was by the numbers. He does not practice Kabbalah. He does not know gematria and numerology to this level, and he's not colluding with CNN to put him on the front page on a certain day, a certain amount of days from his birthday that matches with Venezuela. Why couldn't it match with something that's more personal to him? I know he loves Venezuela. He's the president. He's the dictator. But what if it's making, why couldn't he, why Venezuela? Why it's the same pattern, the same simpleness, simple Jewish gematria, all summed to 74? The answer is the same every video. These are the Zionist Jews, the Scottish Rite Freemasons, the Jesuit Order, other high-ranking secret society, Hermetic orders coming out, putting this on. The Phoenicians never went anywhere. The ancient Romans, ancient Greeks never went anywhere. They were putting on this propaganda. They are an old brotherhood, an old network, old world agenda. You're living it out. It is all by the numbers. I mean, look at those red and blue pillars of Freemasonry on his sunglasses. That is the takeaway. The takeaway is the days you can do it again, the 23rd, to this guy's birthday. Both birthdays, you get the numbers from Venezuela in both, 39 and 132. And he's the dictator. That you have to understand. They're calling him a dictator. Is a political leader who possesses absolute power. An autocracy is a system of government in which supreme power is concentrated in the hands of one person, whose decisions are subject to neither external legal restraints nor regularized mechanisms like gematria. Syncing us up with Kabbalah. This is a regularized mechanism used to craft propaganda of popular control, except perhaps for the implicit threat of a coup d'etat or mass insurrection, which, if those happen, they're by the numbers. Absolute monarchs, such as Saudi Arabia, those are not absolute monarchs or monarchies. Guys, the Saudi family is a theater troupe. They are a family of actors for the federal government, no different than the Kardashians and all these nations. There is no such thing as an absolute monarchy. There's only an absolute Zionist Jew Freemasonic network. An absolute Masonic dictatorship. That is what you're living out. That is the autocracy, the federal government. That's what I'm talking about this whole time. Why do you think I call them the federal government? Federal 39, like Venezuela. That's what runs it. Masonry, Zionism, the reflection of 93 like Saturn, like propaganda. It cannot be any more clear. That's why I love how they're calling him a dictator, because it hones in that this is fake news. You saw how it was all by the numbers perfectly, and then they're calling him a dictator, and they're telling you what a dictator is. It's a one person doing it all, but he's clearly not. There's no way one person is syncing all this propaganda up by the numbers with himself, having all this complement the numbers and what he's doing. So quit denying this. Quit saying that I'm using this to do this, to make this work, to prove my point. No. You're living out a fucking dictatorship from the fucking Freemasons with a red and blue bullshit look, it says police right here. There's the police putting on propaganda. Peace out.